All right. Well, I mean, this kind of leads into our next point, talking about the male character, because our next point is kind of talking about just male characters in the show in general. And I feel like we've talked enough about Starburst at this point, or
Yeah.
Sunburst.
Starburst.
Okay,
You said
now
it.
I'm saying it, NG.
That's good. I'm happy.
All right, so let's just talk about some of the main males in the show. Bunker, what is your favorite male character?
Oh, I would probably have to say Big Macintosh. I feel like he's gotten
I
a lot
agree.
of he's gotten a lot of cover the last couple seasons.
So, like, what about him? Like, a lot of people see him. Like, I'll just throw some negatives out there so that you can counter them. I like him. I just wanted to discuss that. So, like, he isn't really a character. He's just sort of comedic value. Just throw some e-notes and e-yaps in there. He has barely any development. Like, he's exactly the same as he was in season 1, I think. Apart from he now has like a girlfriend, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know, Spoon, help me out here. I'm struggling to think of negatives about Big Mac.
What negatives for Big Mac? I know it's so difficult, right? I mean, how do you
He
think
doesn't
they-
say enough to have any negatives.
Yeah, he doesn't talk very much, which is kind of an issue. Like,
Big Brother
yeah,
Social.
like he doesn't
That
talk
was a
very much. People
fantastic
might not
episode.
like that.
Okay, so what do you like about him?
Well, I kind of like how stoic and quiet he is, but he still has real thoughts and real emotions, and he still cares about things. He still kind of gets things done, but he's also not just a workhorse. He's got a character. He just doesn't express himself in the same way as everybody else, and I think that's pretty neat. In that, in shows like this and in cartoons, usually this kind of thing is made apparent through vocalizations, but just the way he's animated and the way he says yep or nope, you kind of get a sense for what he's thinking and what he's feeling. And
Says
that
a lot more than
nuance.
like that one word.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of nuance in the things he says and the way he says them. And he can get a lot across with very few words.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's probably my favorite male character as well, just because of like how much he does for like the family and everything, and he just doesn't talk a lot. Like he doesn't expect much in return.
He's very selfless. I think
Yeah.
that's quite guaranteed.
I mean, and it's made apparent that he cares about like his family and stuff. Like, what was it? It was the Brother Hooves social. Is that it?
Big Brother Social as well.
No, I think it's Brother Hooves.
Yeah, Brother Hooves Social.
Because it was one of the episodes was Sister Hooves, and then I think that they renamed that one. But yeah, it made really apparent at the end when he actually did say more than just what he usually does.
It was insane when we just started talking. I'm just like, wait, he said words. I didn't realize he could. But
And I thought that was really nice.
Yeah, it was like
it
really
showed that he does
heartfelt.
care.
It was he cares about his like little sister that he's lost touch with, and I think that was a really nice moment for him. It was.
Yeah, and it also helps show how characters feel like being in the shadow of like the main six, because like they're super important, and then you got all these other people who probably just kind of feel, maybe not as valued.
Yeah, like Applejack gets to save the world, and he's just like, well, I cleared half an acre's apple trees today, so
I help take care of the family.
Yeah, they're equivalent. So
He says a few sentences in Applebuck season. I don't remember that. Oh, apparently he does,
right.
but you know
Everyone
what?
forgot that.
They weren't heartfelt, so they don't count, Alger.
Yeah, they weren't heartfelt. He said some other words at some of the points, didn't he?
Yeah, he said little things and stuff, but like, yeah, it wasn't as monumental as it was for that episode.
There was also that the one where Applejack lies, the sort of flashback to when she was a teenager.
Oh yeah, I really liked that episode as well.
Yeah, he was good there. Like he didn't want to do it, but at the same time he was still like looking out for his.
Like he was
sister.
still like loyal with his family. Like he was just trying to help.
Yeah. So if Rainbow Dash like dies, you've got to substitute for the element of loyalty.
Yeah, which is fine. Honestly, he could take over. I wouldn't be upset.
Whoa.
It's all
Would anyone be
Yeah,
upset
Like,
if
Rainbow Dash died?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash, she can go. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't think.
Wow.
No, she doesn't have to die. She can just like be replaced. Maybe she loses her ability to fly or something, or she's not awesome anymore.
The one episode with Shirley, that was a
and
good
that
episode.
would make her an even bigger part of the show.
No,
Because she wouldn't be off training with the Wonderbolts all the time.
no, she'd be stuck on the ground though. Nobody would care. Nobody would like her anymore. She can't fly fast.
She just does, like
My
they
friend
just do an
can't fly
entire
anymore.
season.
I don't
I don't.
friends anymore. with you.
I'm not friends with disabled people.
Get the fuck out. I don't like cripples.
I don't like cripples. Sorry, we can't be your friend anymore. We're
Jesus.
putting you in a home. And that's how it ends.
That's our season 9 finale.
Yeah, that's a season 9 finale right there.
That's just how the show finishes up.
All the characters suddenly like ending, and like she just gets put in a home because she's disabled now.
From what
Like,
Alvin
all her
on
friends promise they'll go see her every week, and they do for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, they do for a couple weeks, then it slowly dies
Then-
off, and then
They
she's
just
just
start
alone.
making up excuses to not do it.
Exactly. It's much like real life. They get to a kind of point with the show in season 9. They've run out of ideas, so now they're just trying to make it more realistic for people.
They just wait until the day she dies. Then
Yeah.
just be
The final episode is Twilight sitting in like a graveyard with like all of her friends dead around her, and she just lives forever. She's
that would
just sat
actually
there,
be,
just
that
like,
would be good. Like that has some feels in it, but it might be a bit deep.
That'd be such a fucking. That'd be so fucked up though.
It would. It
Last
really
episode
would.
is like she's just reading out of a book of memories, and then like at the end she just closes the book and like walks off out of the graveyard.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be savage.
Dude,
That would
that'd be
absolutely
awful.
savage. I can guarantee you, Glim would cry at that.
Yeah, I think most people would cry.
I
I
would.
would fucking cry. God.
Come on, Hasbro.
If they want to hire
me
me for the show writing,
Like,
they could totally hire me for show writing. I'd be ready.
You would be ready. I'd hire you. And once this podcast gets like millions of views, Hasbro recognition, like
As
get your
for
spotlight, like,
recognition,
you'll get some emails. You get some emails, Spone.
they'd be like, "Man, that's a great idea. We're stealing that."
He does like Big Mac does have some good friends. So like I think Shirley, like people like used to ship Big Mac with Shirley, but I think they actually really well as like friends with each other because they're both like on the older side of things. I'm guessing because it's older than Big Mac's
Older
obviously older
characters.
than Applejack, and Shirley. I don't know. I guess there's no proof, but I kind of see her as like some like 35, 40-year-old same as Big Mac, and like you get some things like they're sort of like forced to love each other with a potion, and that's why they get shipped together. But then you get Philly Vanilli, where Flat Shadows are singing, and
Oh yeah,
like Shirley
Good
faints in the
episode.
crowd, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god!" Like shipping material. But then, like she sort of like opens her eyes and just sort of like, I forgot what she does. She like winks or just gives him like a look. But like she opens her eyes
look.
again, like it was a fake faint. And I think it just kind of like it was a very small thing, but it just goes to say a lot, in my opinion, about like a friendship that they would have, and like saying the heretic word "Equestria Girls," like they were
oh,
chilling
you get
out
that
in
out
the...
of here right now.
they were,
Don't say that here.
they're chilling in the theme park with each other, and like people just have an obsession to ship everything with everything, and they just kind of
Yeah,
don't
people-
realize that
people like
some
doing
people
ship
can be
stuff.
friends. Like
Look, Big Mac already has a ship going on right now. At least he's got some good character development.
that came out of
No.
nowhere though. Like
Yeah, I mean, it kind of came out of nowhere, but it also wasn't like completely out of nowhere. Like they are characters that you've met. They're not completely shocking, like brand new. Just here's Mudbrair.
yeah, and I guess it was believable. Like she's a baker. He does apple
Yeah.
deliveries.
Yeah, like they would have met each other realistically.
And as far as I can tell, like this is the only source of apples in like the entirety of Equestria.
Yeah, no, apples don't grow anywhere aside from Ponyville.
Yeah, it's like a It's got like NDAs and
Well, apples grow in
all
Appaloosa as well.
secrecy.
There you go.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, Appaloosa as well. There's only 2 places that grow apples. My bad. Which is weird because you really don't think apples would be growing in like the middle of like a fucking desert.
Maybe they would be, but maybe they would just grow anywhere. But it's like Apple family proprietary. Like
It only grows. It's like Monsanto
they have the patent for
specific seeds.
they have the patent for apple trees. So then, like when someone else starts growing apple trees, they just have fucking like SWAT teams come in with flamethrowers Just like
They just
incinerate.
don't grow.
Yeah, just fucking fight him.
All right, so I wanted to talk about our newest addition to the show, Mudbrair for a male character. NG, how do you feel about Mudbrair before I go on my rant?
I share an unpopular opinion in that I liked him. I thought he worked well with Maud. He got thrown out of nowhere, but I can see it working. I guess I really like when he first came onto the show. I was just like, holy shit, yes. But all I saw was meme potential. Like I
All I
just
saw
thought,
was meme potential. I love this man. The meme potential is fucking off the charts.
like I just laughed a lot at him. He gave me a lot of joy being in the show.
I don't know how you laughed. I did not laugh at anything he did. If anything, it made me want to just like claw my ears off.
Kill yourself.
It was awful.
Yeah, I don't
Bunker hasn't seen it, has he?
know. Nope. I'm assuming not.
Nope.
Man, Bunker. All right. Well, here, you had NG's rendition. My rendition is Imagine Mod, but even more uninteresting, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah,
Like,
the
I
stick in
watched
the
the
mug
first.
is a cutie mark, the puns.
I liked Mod for the first episode because they're like, wow, that's unique. They added in a character that's not super emotional all the time. But then after the second episode, I was like, okay, second episode, Mod is tired now. And then the third episode, I'm like, okay, this is enough. I don't want her in the show anymore. Stop. And then they keep throwing her in. They just keep doing it. It's like a joke at this point. It's like, hey, we're gonna throw in a character with no emotions and just like make you watch this boring, bland character.
Mod's so great, though. I mean,
Mod
Yeah,
is not. It's so
we
boring
we
to
can
watch.
we can go into a conversation about how fucking great of a character Maud is.
For the show, she's a bad character. Like as a character, she's good, but just for entertainment value to watch, she's not enjoyable to watch in the
She's
show,
such a,
especially 5 episodes.
she's such a stark
Yeah.
different. Sorry, you go on, Glim. You can go.
No, sorry. No, I was just saying the entertainment value comes from that fact that she's so different.
I know, but like I got tired of it. Like it's like, yeah, it's cool and new, and then the second episode, it's like, all right, and then they just keep doing it. It's like, okay, her stick isn't funny anymore.
I mean, I still get a kick out of it.
Like her humor's the same. It hasn't changed any. It's always, oh haha, she's very monotone and doesn't, react. And then they added
she
in
also
another
likes rocks,
character.
Don't forget that.
They added in Mudbrair at this point.
Yeah.
And like this is like the worst. Like because it's like adding in 2 mods in one episode.
I mean, hey, Mudbriar was a nice change of pace, though, compared to, it's the same gimmick, but he goes at it in a way more comedic way.
No, it's not more comedic. It's slower and even
the
worse.
thing is great.
Technically, but he doesn't say it like that. He does it like it's the most bland, boring person in the world. It's like Sheldon Cooper if he didn't have any range in his voice.
I mean, it would probably be better.
And it's slow too. Like if you have dry humor, you have to at least be fast with it. You can't just drop it in and very slowly talk about it.
Well, you can, and it works. So like,
It doesn't work for me. It never has worked with me.
but can you at least see them as a couple?
Oh yes, I would say they work together, but because I dislike both of them, they're both garbage. But they do work together.
Okay, I feel quite strongly about this. So can we move the? Does anyone else have anything to say? Can we move on to why Maud is a great character?
Move on to why Mod is a great character. You know what? We can discuss this some other time.
Just
Yeah, that's fine. You guys can go for it. But I just don't like slow, dry, monotone humor. It's not funny. You have to have some sort of delivery if you're going with dry humor, or else it just comes off as bland in a statement.
are you talking about Maud, Mudbriar, or both?
Both. Well, specifically Mudbriar, but also Mod. Mod's better about it because she at least doesn't talk super slowly. Mudbriar, on the other hand, dear God.
Yeah, I thought he was funny in the episode. If he never appeared again, I probably
Yeah, if he
wouldn't
never
care.
appears again, that's too soon. That's too
Whoa,
soon if he never appears
Hold up,
again.
no, I want him to appear more.
All right, Glim, get out.
Main
You're not
seven.
invited to the
No.
podcast anymore.
What the? Hey,
I thought you meant
Trash.
Glim the pony get out, just get replaced with Mudbriar.
oh, wait, no, wait. I was gonna say wait, as in that might be good, but no, not Gloom.
Okay, I want to hear why people like Mod because I am actually curious. What makes you guys like Mod?
Can I start out? Is this okay?
Yes.
So
Yeah, go for
Pinkie
it.
Pie has just been my favorite pony. Like I love her
Yes.
a lot.
Yeah.
Maud, the first episode she appeared, like the only person she really clicked with was Pinkie Pie, and then like
Yeah.
everyone tries to make friends with her, and it sort of falls short. I forgot what happened. I forgot whether Maud thought that they were making friends or what. But like at the end of the episode, you sort of see how much she loves Pinkie Pie. Like
No,
she
yeah,
has
and
a
she is a
bland
good
and
sister.
boring
I will agree.
personality, but she
But-
sacrifices so much.
Yeah, like I
Like,
said, she's a good
for her.
character, but for the episodes, it's boring to watch. Up until you get to the point where she is being a good character and she's like helping out and trying to protect her family and stuff. That's good. But as a character to watch for, the first 19 minutes of the episode, it's boring. It's just slow and it's unfunny, dry humor.
I mean, the dry humor's
Yeah,
I think some people just like it, honestly, but I
get-
really
yeah, I
like,
think,
I
like-
like dry humor. It's just they do it wrong. It's slow. It's not funny to me.
I noticed
The
they've been trying.
pacing's part of it, though. Like making it slow makes the joke delivery that much better.
No,
'Cause it makes the situation mildly awkward.
yeah, I don't like the
Oh,
awkward. I
awkward
think
humor.
is what I really disliked about Mudbrair. It's just everything was so awkward every time he would talk.
I think the biggest problem is that they've been trying to counteract the dry humor by blowing up Pinkie's character, and she tends to make these episodes worse because she's.
I thought Pinkie was the only good part of the episode.
I thought she
I
was
don't-
kinda awful, honestly.
I don't think the episodes would work as well as they do if it wasn't for that dichotomy. I
Yeah,
think
if
that
Pinkie
needs to be
wasn't
there.
it wouldn't be as good because then it's just really slow and dry, and there's no excited like, what the hell are you doing factor to it.
Because like, look at the Mod and Starlight episode, right? The whole episode was just them trying to get some time alone to like bond,
Hmm.
but you have to keep dealing with Pinkie ruining the scene over and over and over again, and she never takes the hint. That's not fun to watch to me. Like, I wanted to see Starlight and Mod, but instead
I don't want to see Starlight and Mod. It would be a very boring episode.
like kite flying and crud out of it.
Oh, look, we're flying kites, and the Mod would stand there, and then maybe she'd blink really slowly and say, "Kites,"
And it's amazing.
and that's not funny. That's
that
that's
is
not
funny.
to
I would
me.
love that. Please be in the show.
I would not laugh at that. I could write like that. I can give you guys all the episodes you want. Those are easy to write.
Okay, I guess being British, I gel really well with like all sorts of dry humor.
Look, I like dry humor, but it's the delivery that really matters to me. You can't just have
I guess
like,
I think
slow...
it was delivered well, but I don't know how to describe it. I can't say what I enjoy so much about it. It's like it's a stark contrast to the rest of the show, but that doesn't mean it's good. And
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like her because it's not what I like from my horse show.
maybe you just have a shit sense of humor. Like,
No, I know I have a good sense of humor. Don't lie to me.
do you think I'm funny?
No.
There you go. Shit
Not at
sense
all.
of humor.
It's a shit sense of
Settled it.
humor. I can't believe this. NG, you're kicked off the podcast now. It's a one-man show now. Actually, no, Bunker will replace you. There you go.
Bunker is now there. Oh, fine. I'll just stop this recording and delete it. It's just it's gone.
Bunker is the new host now. All right. So, what about like other male characters for the show? Another one that was added recently that well, I guess not recently, but one that people like. Thorax.
Thorax. I'll
What
let
do
the
you
guest
think?
talk. I'll let the guest talk. I'm talking a lot.
Thorax is freaking great. Like,
Yeah,
he's
thank
honestly one of the best additions to the show.
I will agree. I
Thorax
think he
is a
was.
cutie.
He
God damn it,
is.
Bunker.
He really is.
I'm not gay, but
No, neither am I. But like, damn, he is. Just
I mean, it's okay to say that, like that's just how he is.
Yeah, he's a really well done character. I think I like him, and I also
don't-
think he does really good with Spike. Like I think they're a really good combination.
yeah. And I also really liked it when he met Ember. I thought I was just like, oh god, it's gonna be like one of these Spike episodes. It's just gonna have a back and forth. It's just gonna be frustrating and annoying. That could have been resolved really easily. And then you get Ember and Thorax. They get together, and you're just like,
Oh no.
shit, like, was this what it was building up to? Like, this is amazing. Like, this works so well. And then they like take things from each other. Like, Ember takes his Thorax's friendship back to the Dragonlands. Thorax takes Ember's sort of, like, authority and like fierceness back to the Changeling Hive.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. And sorry, I just saw Krafty. I thought he was providing something useful to the conversation. Krafty,
No,
tell
that-
me
that
why
was-
you like Thorax, and then I can read it. I think he's got a personality. He's got one of those personalities you can't hate. Like, he's just such
he's
a
just,
kind
he's just a happy,
character.
friendly guy.
And he was like the only one in the Changeling Hive. So he was so alone, and he still stayed true to like his values. He eventually like fled the fled to the Crystal Empire because he just hated it so much, and he'd rather be like an outcast rather than like abandon his values. I'm hoping one of you can like sub in and also tell me why Thorax is awesome, because I'm running out of words.
Oh,
That's
okay.
pretty much it. He's a really cool guy, pretty much. And yeah, he went out on a limb, and he's really the reason why the changelings were kind of freed from their own
Hive mind.
oppression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
Yeah,
important character.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought the way they introduced him was well, the way that they like, converted more or less. That was pretty good. And I also like that, Chrysalis just ran away rather than getting reformed, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's just it's a refreshing, finale. Overall, pretty good.
So what do we think about the colourful changelings, since we're like on this topic?
I think they're good. They got a lot more character to them than just RAR XD.
No, this isn't the furry. We're talking about the bugs.
And like stuff like the whole feelings form and crud. It's funny. Like there's just a lot of little neat things to them, and I think their characterization's being done really well,
No,
especially
yeah.
the student as well.
Yeah.
Like
Did we have a student conversation last?
We're still talking about male characters. Come on, we're just talking about the bugs because they were on topic.
Yeah.
yeah,
We're getting there, I promise.
We're getting there. We have a list of male characters to go down. Don't worry.
Oh boy.
Discord.
Well, yeah,
Anyone
okay, fine. Discord. How do you
Okay,
feel
yeah,
about Discord,
I
Glim?
think we've
I feel
said
like
everything
everyone
we
already
wanted
knows.
to say about Thorax. Discord. I like Discord.
I think
like
everybody likes
his
Discord. Is there
reformation.
anybody out there who doesn't like Discord?
I've heard of a lot of people complaining about Discord being reformed.
I've never heard
A lot
about
of people
anybody
don't
like.
like it,
I'm
but
neutral on
I've
him.
liked it from the beginning.
What, Bunker? What didn't they like about it? Like, just to get both sides of the argument.
I honestly don't know, and I don't care because I liked it. They didn't like it, and I was like, okay, cool.
Heresy, just Alt F4, just you don't need to be.
Alt F4,
F4.
shut down
Yeah.
computer.
But the reason why I like it is because it's taking like the spirit of chaos and kind of still letting him be himself, but still at the same time giving him the ability to empathize with others, and kind of he's the spirit of chaos, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean he has to be a bad friend.
Now, chaos is not inherently bad.
Right.
I think they make a good point of that.
Right, because
Chaotic good.
perfect order is boring.
Yeah.
Part of the fun in life is dealing with some of the chaos.
I think
Being chaotic.
they discussed that in one of the episodes where Discord had to do crazy things because he had Fluttershy over for tea or whatever.
And he
Yeah.
became super
Yeah.
fucking boring.
Yeah, and when he was boring like that, it wasn't fun. There was nothing fun about that. It was just him being a normal boring character rather than being Discord.
And I actually really like that for Fluttershy's and Discord's relationship, because Fluttershy comes in and just goes oh, I thought you'd be into some weird shit. This is.
I thought you'd be
Wait.
into some weird shit. What kind of fucking thing did he walk into? Walks in, what was she expecting? BDSM shit?
Yeah,
what?
just a BDSM dungeon. But no, it was kind of a nice Because you always see the tea parties and you just think, oh, like, Discord's just being very different around Fluttershy, and that's all Fluttershy likes. But then you see that Fluttershy likes the whole chaotic aspect of
Yeah.
him, and you kind of see different side to Fluttershy as well. Like, she likes a bit of like chaos in her life. She isn't just playing a boring character that's like really monotone and just has like the same lesson every one of her episodes.
Like Mod? No, but yeah, really though, I do like the way that they have worked Discord into the show. I feel like he works well with a lot of the characters, not just Fluttershy. Especially like it was the one with Twilight and Cadence. Like that one I really liked.
A little glass of water, please.
I feel like that episode's actually the worst example of his character.
Really? I mean, he
Yeah.
was an asshole, but
Because,
like,
that's the thing. He's supposed to be, like, reforming.
nah, he's an asshole
but-
still, though.
They'll come up with episodes where that's all he is he's just a jerk.
Yeah, he is, and he still is, and I like
Yeah,
that
I
they.
think he is
I
still
like
a
they
jerk.
hammer that in.
He's just nice to Fluttershy, really.
Yeah, he's nice to other people as well.
He's
And
got,
just,
I mean, he's
he's
gotten
still
better.
an asshole.
but I don't want to keep focusing on how, he was still a villain, though, guys, don't forget. Like, no
He's
one's
not a
proud.
villain. There's a
But-
difference between being an asshole and a villain. It's like saying, "Oh, is Flim Flam, are they villains?" Not really. Like they're not bad guys.
Well, I mean, they're just kind of, like, needlessly mean about certain things.
Yeah, they're mean and they got some shady business practices, but
Yeah.
they're not like directly evil. They're not like something on the lines of like a T-Rex or something.
But I don't know. It's like Discord has moments where he's really good, but he also has his moments where it just kind of feels like a chore to watch him. And I know people like him being this troll, but I've actually never really liked that part of him.
I love that part about him. I think that makes him unique, like being a troll and messing with people, but still being good. It kind of like divides the line on how people can still not be directly good.
It's a unique
And
role that
still
hasn't
be
been
good.
filled. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a neutral character. They're not, good guy, bad guy kind of scenario. It's kind of like he just exists.
But I mean, I'll definitely give it credit. Like, he's got some great development, and it's probably one of the best additions to the show. So,
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's hard to complain about him.
like I don't know if it's not really a valid point, but I kind of like how weird he is as well. So like when he teleports, he just sort of like spins himself out of existence and then just appears somewhere else. When like the male pony arrived in his chaos dimension to give him that letter, like, and then he was just like, oh yeah, just it's like the exit somewhere by like the chaos fountain, and you'll be fine.
you'll be fine.
He just has a good. He has a lot of good moments as well, just like little funny like bits.
Yeah, no, he's a fun character. He's fun and he messes with people, and yeah, it's a change. Everybody's always nice all the time, and it's not that he's mean, but it's not expected.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not the norm where you expect like, oh, can you help me with this, and then like, oh, sure, I'll help you with that. That's more along the lines of like, yeah, I'll help you with it, but I'm also going to fuck with you,
Yeah.
and that's what I like. And then I guess I already mentioned, but like Flim and Flam, I really like them as characters, and a lot of people don't.
They do great on me a bit. I won't lie.
I like them. I think they're cool.
I guess it's up to you to tell me why.
I mean, I really enjoy they're fun con artists. Yeah, like their character is unique, and I like it because like they're trying to manipulate people, but they're not necessarily bad. Like they're not doing it for evil intentions. They're just trying to make money and do their thing.
They're made out to be evil because of capitalism.
I know. How dare they have capitalism? You probably fucking hate them, don't you, Glim? Glim's up here just fucking equality.
No, for real, I think they're good in that the most recent episode they were
Yeah,
in.
the most recent episode is really fucking good because it shows
Yeah.
how well they work together. Like it's two characters that are like really good together.
And it gives them that characterization that they needed, which is what we're talking about. They're not bad guys, but they're trying to run a business and they have to do what they have to do, which
Yeah.
it requires them to be a little shady. but that's not necessarily wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
And, they're not evil for that. Now, my sarcastic opinion is that they celebrate the evil ways of capitalism and that they should be
How dare
thrown
they?
into a dungeon, but,
But no, I like them. I also like the fact that they have like they're two parts and they work off of each other. Like whenever they're talking, they'll fill in each other's like thoughts and stuff, and I like that.
yeah, they do that really well too. It doesn't feel forced.
Yeah, they work together, and then you can see that they have issues too because like they're brothers. It's just a nice dynamic that they have.
I wish they'd explore it more, honestly, but
Yeah,
Have they only been in 2 episodes? Well,
they've been in three episodes.
are you included in season 5 finale or?
no, they had like an actual.
No, they had their
episode.
first episode, and then they had another one with Silver Shill with like Granny and selling like the
tonic.
elixir.
Yeah.
And then they had the most recent one in was it Manhattan? I don't remember.
It was Las Pegasus.
Las Vegas is that one.
How did you not forget?
I forget all the meme names. All right.
I'll tell you, the biggest crime ever committed by them is that their freaking song about illnesses is on the iTunes soundtrack. So, like, it's one of those songs that pops up and you gotta skip it. Cause,
No,
like,
I love it, man. What are you
it's
talking
not
about?
even like a song, though. They just,
It's great.
start listing off freaking conditions about, like, plagues and crud. Like,
Yeah, it's
I don't want to hear about. Yeah, so I think they've done a really good job with him. Now, back then, not so much.
Recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had some bad episodes, but I feel like he's had some better ones more recently. Like the one with Thorax, the one with Ember, like those were good episodes for him.
Yeah, those are very good episodes.
Yeah, and they kind of show off his dynamic on how maybe he's this, but if there are other characters for him to play off of, it's pretty good. Like whenever he's in charge, it's not great, but when he has other people to work off of, he's a pretty good character.
They just need to stop putting him in positions where it's all about like how he's useless and doesn't want to be useless.
Yeah.
Because there's more to him than that, obviously.
I don't know if it's been said already, but like he has an issue of getting character development, and then they just sort of need a scapegoat, so they just strip it back and then just throw him in the fire again, just for the sake of
Oh God, yeah.
the episode they wrote.
Poor Spike. they write the shit episode, and they're like, yeah, no, Spike will do good here.
He doesn't deserve it. Give it to someone else. Like Applejack. God, holy crud. She's got like the most episodes in the show. Just ruin her character.
Ruin her character. I thought Rarity had the most, honestly. Like, for a while during season 6 or 5, like, she had fucking 3 episodes in a row, and I was getting really tired of Rarity.
And I
They were trying to make up for the fact that season 3 had no Rarity episodes.
Well, season 3 was also short.
Yeah, but like, she just got kind of mad neglected.
Yeah. I just didn't like that she had, like, rapid fire 3 of them. It was like, oh god, not another Rarity episode at the end of it.
They were, like, pretty good.
Yeah, they weren't bad.
Rarity episodes are either usually, like, really good or, like, really trashy, from what I've noticed.
What have been the bad ones?
Would have been the bad ones?
Yeah.
Most recently, that one was Sweetie Belle.
Oh, yeah. I liked that episode, but I didn't like Rarity's character in that episode.
Yeah.
No, they just completely freaking ruined it. She would never act like that, but they needed some overreactions for that moral. So,
Yeah.
dang it, Rarity, you're gonna get down, you're gonna do it.
You're gonna do it, Rarity. You don't care if you want to, you're doing it.
Freaking, you got all this character built already? That's nice. Yeah.
Ah, man, what is...
I'm
I'm trying to think of
about that.
more... Like, those were the male characters I wanted to
Well,
discuss.
taking some suggestions from our loyal fans, we could talk about Pharynx. He was in
Pharynx he's in one episode, and Krafty just has an obsession.
Yeah, he does. He just kind of has a changeling fetish. It's a bit.
Oh, okay, well, let's talk about Pharynx. He was an asshole. He learned not to be an asshole, and that was pretty much the end of the story for him.
And then he turned into a homosexual debug.
Oh, yeah, and then he turned into the homosexual. I honestly didn't want him to become, like, I don't want him to remain.
Yeah, I wanted him to stay, like, kind of like his personality doesn't suit the change. He hasn't really changed in personality. He still just wants to fuck shit up.
I mean,
Yeah, I wanted him to remain like the fucking other changeling, just so that he'd be different, but like understand that differences are okay, kind of thing.
I think they gave him a nice color scheme at least.
Oh, okay, fair enough. At least they didn't make him awful,
Yeah,
but
they kept that.
they could have made him look really bad, but they didn't. So fair enough.
Also, real quick, Alger mentions Flash.
Flash
how
Sentry. He is in
he's
the
not-
show technically.
Yeah. He's been in 2 episodes. Okay, hasn't appeared since season 4. Freaking, where is he?
Flash died. He's done. He's gone. People didn't like him. They removed him.
He
I think
died defending the Cantlot Castle in one of the big invasions.
See, it sucks. Like his appearances were actually really cool and well done, I think. But they're so afraid of the hatred people have for him because they've done so bad with him human-wise that they don't want to do anything with him anymore.
What was
That's
well
understandable.
good? What was well good about his appearances? He just like in the background somewhere, and that was it.
Well, they were actually like cool nods to the relationship.
Yeah,
because,
there
like,
needs nod.
yeah, he had a cool. It was a cool nod to his relationship with Twilight because like he comes out on the train right with Cadence on one of the episodes, and before he goes in, he's the last one in, stops and looks at her, and then goes in. Okay, I thought
Whoa, that's huge character development. I
Okay.
can't believe they do that in the show.
I know it's silly, but like I thought it was really
I know.
cool. You know, it was like it
Yeah,
was a
it's cool.
nice little moment.
Having
And then
little
they don't-
things like that snuck in.
Yeah.
Who was he?
But
Who
they
did he
don't-
give the look to? Was it Twilight or?
Who do you
Twilight,
think?
yeah.
Or-
Who do you
okay.
think, NG?
I-
No, they
you
looked at
just mentioned
Fluttershy. He looked at
Cadence.
Fluttershy.
Like maybe it was just like, oh yeah, I've been protecting some fine piece of ass.
I
I
don't,
mean, he has, you know. Maybe that's why he hasn't appeared. He doesn't need to. Well, she's married and had a kid though, so that kind of ruins it.
Yeah, maybe that's why he isn't appearing anymore. Like he made a move, Flash, not Shining
Oh,
Armour. Since
man.
you haven't got that,
But
we should totally also talk about Shining. Shining's a good one.
oh god,
I
yeah.
forgot about him. I
Yeah, how
just
do you guys
mentioned
feel
him
about
and it just
Shining?
lost it in my head.
A lot of people think he's just kind of there and
He
generic.
is kind of there, to be fair.
Yeah, but I think he's an actually good character.
Yeah, no, I think
You
he
know?
is too. I like his character, even though he doesn't do much. He's still a neat character to have in.
He's supposed to be this like serious guard man, but he's got all these.
He
He's got
seems,
a lot
he
of
always seems laid back to me. Like
yeah.
he's just kind of a relaxed kind of guy,
He's a very innocent dude too.
dealing with a family now.
I think he is quite a serious guy, but he's just so relaxed around his sister, which is kind of something I like about him. Like
Yeah,
he's got a really good relationship with his sister. Like I think he is quite like a strict guard person. Like I forgot what episode he was, but like, he was ordering some guards around like for like 3 seconds in one of the scenes, and he seemed really
3
serious.
seconds.
And
Wow,
then, like,
for a whole
just-
3 seconds he was
Yeah.
serious? Oh my god.
Twilight
He
appears,
freaking-
and then that's it. He just gets a big ass smile on his
Fluttershy's
face.
been serious for more than 3 seconds. Come on.
No one can outpoint him. The way he flails about as he like conducts some guards for 3 seconds, it's amazing.
It's amazing. Fucking
That's what got
broke
him the
boundaries I
leadership.
never knew they would on the show.
They,
Also, yeah,
yes.
the art comment that he has.
Oh yeah. It's just art or a mistake. Yeah. No, it's good. He's just overall entertaining character. They haven't done anything bad with him. They haven't done anything overly good with him. But yeah, he's good. He's there.
He's like your
Yeah.
average Joe, basically, but there
Yeah.
not one, so he is the only average Joe, which makes him different.
Yeah.
As opposed to Donut Joe.
The Donut Joe, fucking get your background characters out of here.
No, he's
I don't
not-
want to talk about every male in the show. Come on now. Oh, how about freaking Dr. Hooves or whatever
Hey,
his name is?
Yeah,
We
Mr.
need to
Cake.
talk about that character who stood really close to Twilight once.
Oh yeah, the one character that
Yeah.
stood really close with a weird ass smile and was creepy as fuck.
I
That
liked
totally
him.
means they have a thing going.
Oh yeah, like there must be
I
at least
support
like
that shit,
300 fan
100%.
This
How
is
about
anyone's
Braeburn? We can talk
OTP.
about Braeburn.
Let's not talk about Braeburn.
Yeah, let's not
Let's
talk
still
about Braeburn.
Braeburn.
He is like the most overrated character.
He really is. He's such a
And-
shit character.
He's only popular just because he was like one of the first males in the show.
Pretty much.
Take that away, and he's got nothing. Absolutely nothing. His only real appearance since then was with the Troublehoof dude, and it was awful because he
Dude,
was just a
Troublehoof
jerk the
was,
whole
yeah.
time. Wait, what?
Such a poor character, the Troublehoof guy or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
He's such a poor guy, you
Such
know.
a clumsy guy.
Dude,
It was like that episode really reminded me of the Troubleshoes. That really reminded me of like the Zecora episode, like the first one, like where nobody would like trust Zecora just because she was fucking a zebra.
Yeah.
It really reminded me of that, and I was like, it's neat that they're doing this again. It's not like a crazy good episode, but it's CMC, and it's a good episode for them.
Yeah.
They were definitely good in it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just the one little crud with Braeburn was really the worst part of the episode.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I honestly
You know,
really
no-
love the Qmark Crusaders. I think they're great characters. I think they add a lot.
Yeah, no, they are good. Ah, man, what are other males that aren't background? Because I don't want to talk about ones that showed up in the
Pipsqueak.
background this one time. Pipsqueak barely ever, fine.
He won an election.
He
okay.
won.
You
He's
wanna-
very important.
You mean New
The-
Pippington British hooves? Like, come on, get it right.
Yeah.
He showed up, he got voted for, and like basically they just used him so that Diamond Tiara could become irrelevant.
Oh yeah. That was the last episode she does anything in. Now she's just
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? You've been reformed,
Yeah.
and now you're too bland of a character.
she doesn't
too
even
bland.
get to be like the other reformed characters who actually like appear and show off their new reformation. No, they actually pushed the point that episode was trying to say made her character so tragic. She wanted
And then
to
they
be,
actually killed her. Like,
Yeah.
They just killed her off.
her whole character arc is about being, independent, doing stuff, and she hasn't been independent or done anything since. Amazing.
Amazing. 10 out of 10. Beautiful writing.
God. But she's
Um,
not a male character, so she can go screw herself.
Yes, you can. Just go
Fucking-
screw this.
Ah,
It's
man.
fine.
Yeah, because Pipsqueak is a strong male leader.
It's a
strong
terrible
male
leader. Like,
leader.
voting him in was a
Oof.
terrible idea. Let's just.
It's not his fault he couldn't secure the funds, okay?
It's not his fault.
He had asked, and they rejected him. That's not his fault, okay?
It's his fault.
That was just a flaw of the political system. However, he
The
can make it up.
Are you trying to talk about communism again, Glenn?
No.
No. We're not trying to push equality, I swear. It's a political system, but it's not communism.
Yeah, well, I mean, his whole election was about being on equal footing, saying.
You were expecting a glimmer moment. A new glimmer. In the form of this very small male.
Look, if anyone's going to take up and finish what she started, it's gonna be him.
It's gonna be
Freaking
him.
mark my words. And if not him, then Rumble.
He doesn't have a
Fucking
cutie mark,
Rumble.
does he? Like, maybe he's gonna be really pissed. Like, I never got my cutie mark. Just take them all.
It's good, you got the accent. You can keep going. You got this.
I just put on an evil voice. That wasn't a British voice. Oh wait, no, you mean my actual accent. That was.
Yeah, no, your accent just in general works.
That's
I guess we can talk
racist,
about
though.
we can talk about Rumble as well. Rumble's character I thought was okay.
Yeah, that about sums it up, honestly.
It is okay. Like,
Yeah.
oh, we don't want our cutie marks.
He was
I
annoying.
was having
It
I was
was
having
kind of
Starlight
annoying.
flashbacks the whole time.
Like, with Starlight, at least she had, like, charm around it. He was just like, yeah, screw you, I don't like it. And that was it.
Yeah,
That's all he
well-
had going for him.
they're not noticing me, so I'm just gonna
Yeah.
start my own. He just needed his mum to come and just slap him around the back of the head. No,
Pretty much, yeah.
dad. Who was it? Soren was his dad?
So where's his
Thunder.
brother?
Brother.
Thunderlane.
Oh, Thunder, yeah, sorry, Thunderlane. his brother. I get them all
Yeah.
confused. I don't care about like these other Soaring Thunderlane.
What?
We're not talking about them because
Yeah.
they're irrelevant.
They're not
You
real.
have to know the name of every character who's appeared. And
Well, I know their names. If I saw them, I could fucking tell you their name.
What's the
I
name
kind of
of
want to test that.
Vapor Trail's,
no.
like, ex-husband, though?
I think that's pretty much most of the characters that people care about, anyways.
Yeah.
Hold on, we didn't talk about the best character.
Oh,
Um,
no.
Let me get a
Moving.
picture of him.
Who's the best character?
Who
me
is
get
the
a
best?
picture.
Please don't. This is...
It's gonna be a fucking shit tier character.
This is something
I'm
else
I-
we're gonna have to
Do
put
it.
into the fucking podcast video, isn't it?
No, it's okay. You don't have to mention him. What
Oh
is
my
this?
God.
Crafty, go away!
Just delete it! Wait,
I
what even
can't.
is that? Is that just some shitty OC?
It is. It's disgusting.
Oh, she looks so happy though.
Stop!
Oh, God.
Leave it.
Okay.
all right. Okay, fine. You know what? We can talk about this guy. First off, I don't even remember his name.
What do you mean you don't remember his name?
I don't remember. He showed up on the airship episode, which was like an okay episode,
It's just
anyways.
filler,
Like,
yeah.
what was his name? Please help me out. Oh yeah, Iron Will's another character we can talk about. He's more important. Iron Will.
No, screw Iron Will. We're talking about Star Tracker.
The Iron Will, much cooler.
Wait, is Star Tracker his actual name?
Yeah.
It's
That's
a dumb
actually
name.
pretty cool. I like that.
No, it's a dumb name.
I like
Don't
it.
encourage.
No,
It's
that's a
pretty
good
cool.
name.
You
No,
can't
you
like
don't.
it.
want-
Funker, you
between-
haven't even seen the episode.
Between podcasts.
Yes, I have.
Don't do this.
Funker,
The
The
what?
one where they're on the Zeppelin? Yeah.
Yeah.
Funker, I thought you were
Will just
behind.
like tricked them onto the boat.
So you
Bunker, you
haven't seen
lied.
any of you haven't seen any of season 7. And you just went. You know what? Probably be a really good episode to watch. Like, not Fame and Misfortune,
Like-
not Perfect Pair. I have heard so much good things about that airship episode. I'm gonna watch that and nothing else.
Yo,
Have you
you
watched
heard
just
Star
the
Tracker is
airship?
in it, and that was it, okay? That's
Star
it.
Trekker's such a good
I
character
saw
that's
Fame
why you
and
watched
Misfortune.
it.
I saw Perfect Pair. Like the ones that were like people were really raving about were the ones I saw.
Yeah,
People
okay.
rave
Star Tracker
about-
is,
Episodes yet.
fair
Okay.
enough. Star Tracker is an almost perfect representation of fanboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even better, he still gets what he wants in the end.
He still
He
gets what
does.
he
He
wants.
does.
And-
Glenn,
I'm
that's
not sure he gets all that he wants, but
Yo, well,
Bunker, stop.
He'll get there though, because now he's got the means of talking to her in the relationship.
Stop.
But like this
Stop
man,
right now.
he stands up for his freaking waifu to Iron Will.
That
Okay.
was impressive. Like, honestly, like,
He's
sorry, yeah, carry on.
sorry. No, I was just gonna say like he knows he can't win that, but he's willing to do it to impress her, and
Maybe because
that's
he just has nothing else better in his life. Like, he's that disappointing of a person.
okay. Well, if you want to go that route,
Oh, totally,
sure.
I guess.
Freaking yeah.
He's got
just
nothing else going for him. May as
ruin
well.
his character. Why don't- Are you?
You
Tell
sound like
me,
you're getting
any
teared
of
up a
you
little.
here, like, that isn't how you would exactly imagine GlimShims meeting Starlight in real life. It's
well, yeah, pretty much.
yeah, it's
Pretty,
the exact
that's
same
the
thing.
only way.
Dude, I would be crazy desperate to lock that down. Are you kidding me? Holy crud! My whole life would be meaningless if I failed that moment.
How would you play it if you met Starlight in real life? Is this diverging
Whoa.
too much? Do we want to talk about?
No, you don't encourage him this way.
Okay, yeah. We're just gonna move the conversation on. We don't want to.
Yeah, we'll have this discussion another time.
We'll discussion another time.
This will be an
What
entire
would you
podcast.
do if you met your waifu in real
Yeah.
life?
Next time I'm on the podcast, we'll have a waifu discussion. That'll be great.
Waifu discussion.
that would be a solid episode. I actually liked Star Trek. I thought I liked the little digs, not digs, but like references that Hasbro or DHX. I don't know who actually is responsible for this. Like makes
It's actually fucking. Oh god, what's the Larson? That's who it was. It's Larson.
Larson. Yeah,
he didn't even.
well, he isn't even in it anymore, is he? He's
Nah, it was Larson though. It's always Larson.
oh, it's always Larson. Fair enough. Yeah, I like the little digs, like the body pillow of Daring Do. The entire episode with like.
Yeah, the entire
references
episode pretty much
to-
making fun of the fandom. I loved that episode. A lot of
Yeah.
people hated it. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I laughed so much. And Quibble Pants.
It was too meta for some people, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Quibble Pants is a male character. Just throwing that out.
Oh yeah,
there.
Quibble Pants.
What do you guys think of
he's-
Patrick Oswald?
He's okay.
He's
I went to go follow him on Twitter after the episode, and he's like a really crazy political dude. So I
And he
got
told you to
really
fuck
sad.
off. You went to
yeah,
go
the
talk to him
first-
and he told you to fuck off?
Dude,
I'm
that
not
was
continuing
one
my
of his first
fanfic.
posts. So like, I just like felt bad. I didn't know if I wanted to support the character anymore.
I
isn't
think
like
it's really
Tara
lovely.
really strong politically as well?
Wow, was that
I
meant to be
haven't
a
checked
joke?
her account. Don't ruin this for me.
Was that meant to be a joke, NG? Did you do that on accident?
Wait, no, wait, what? What did I do?
You said Tara, and then you said like strong, and like I thought you were making a joke.
No, what joke did I make?
You said
Oh, I
is
didn't
Tara
catch
strong
that.
like politically,
That's a good
and I
one.
was like, that's a good one. Because Tara's
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, I get you.
I caught
that
it,
was
no one else did.
100% intentional, including this bit. I'm just kind of like feigning ignorance.
Oh yeah, I totally
my
meant to
comedic
fake
blight,
not meaning to
like,
do it.
Good thing we have everyone muted. Like, otherwise they'll just be fucking laughing hysterics right now. Like,
Oh my god, yeah.
Good job.
But no, really, Quibble Pants was good, and I feel like the whole relationship he had with Rainbow Dash is something we need more of, because it was perfect. He was a nice counterbalance to everything she had going, but he wasn't annoying about it.
yeah.
You know?
And he played off to a lot of sides of Rainbow Dash, like we just haven't seen a lot. Like, just like the entire nerdy side of it. Like, she just went completely nerded out that episode. And I think I made a lot of her fans happy. Krafty, that's like the one
Really?
good thing I like about Rainbow Dash, so there you go. I hope you have
There's one thing I like about Rainbow Dash, and it's the fact that sometimes she doesn't appear in episodes.
Totally.
Wait, is it not Patrick
I
Oswald?
kid.
What's his name?
You guys have been saying it wrong the whole time.
Most adorable. Krafty, what are you on?
Patton. Fuck. Okay.
It's Patton. Listen to Alger. Alger knows his
That's
shit.
a weird name though. Like,
Does.
come on, who's called Patton? Like,
Yeah, to be fair,
got a
Patton.
new
It's not
kid.
an unexpected name.
yeah.
He probably just gets called Pat all the time, which is kind of
Pat,
whatever.
that's not a good reason.
We should either talk about Iron Will, by the way, because we just
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk about
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about Iron Will, but you
Yeah.
guys were trying to talk about fucking
Okay,
shit tier
take it away,
character.
Spone. Take it away.
No, okay, Iron Will, man. He is the man. Like that's all there is to like, be said about it.
That's it. That's all you wanted.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he's just the man. That's all I wanted to say, really. Like, he's just the guy, you know.
He jumped off Zeppelin really well.
He did. He's like he's a dude. Like that's
Yeah.
just what he is.
He
He's
knows how to make dosh, man.
he does know how to make good dosh.
He's like those professional bodybuilders, you know, you see on like commercials and shit. He's like, here's how you get ripped in like
He is swole AF.
2 weeks.
I mean, some of the things he says advice-wise are pretty good too. Like, if they block, show them that you rock.
Yeah,
freaking
he's got
love that
he's got
line.
great catchphrases. Like I'm impressed with what he comes up with sometimes.
We need more. I want him to like actually sell this crud to me one day. Just like a whole episode. It's an infomercial of nothing but
So
him.
it is an infomercial with Iron Will.
They'll just sell like
Do
an
it.
hour long. Yeah.
Do like an interdimensional TV bit, except it's just Iron Will just selling random shit.
Iron Will trying to sell random things.
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
Iron Will to sell Old Spice. There you go.
Oh god.
Oh,
Don't
yes.
step on Terry Crews. Come on. Like.
Oh, okay.
You could actually do some good jokes with that too, since Old Spice had commercials about how the dude was on a horse.
Yeah, there you go.
So I
Oh.
mean, like, yeah, the material's there.
It's there. Someone get on it.
Yeah, this is some
Somebody make
Good.
this happen.
marketing team
Happen.
stuff right here. This needs to be done. So is this
Gonna-
is this literally all you wanted to talk about Iron Will?
Yeah, I just want to say he's the guy, man. He's cool. He's just he's a guy. He's
Okay.
a bro dude, yo.
He's pretty radical.
Yeah. That's really all there is to be said about him. That's just all I wanted to talk about.
So, are there any other males, or should we
Yeah.
should move it on?
I mean, of course there's other males, but Glim's gonna pick like some obscure one now. Like that
Oh,
fucking
I was-
Star
I was-
Watcher guy.
Just gonna pick Dr. Caballero on.
Okay, yeah, we're done.
Okay.
We're done.
Yo,
So-
Featherbanks, yeah.
No,
He
we're
was
not
great.
talking about Featherbanks. Fuck that guy. He's not allowed on here.
This is the thing more. I guess if you guys want to talk about it, this is the thing more. Less show based. Like obviously, Canada is starting to get like earlier My Little Pony episodes. They're gonna
Not starting. This has been a trend that they
Yeah.
like fucking over. Like, good job,
yeah,
Canada.
you know
Thank
this
you for
more than
fucking
me,
us again.
Simone. You can take this away.
Basically, Canada likes shifting and shafting everybody in the ass. And they just release, twice as many episodes as everywhere else, so they end up getting twice as far ahead as we do. And it's a pain in the ass, really. Like, I mean, I like getting the episodes early, but also it means that the show is, cut shorter than it needs to be. And
It's
I
annoying.
think that that's annoying.
Yes.
Oh my god. Is this fresh? Wait, is this fresh news? Hang on. This just in with some fresh news. CNN rocked a pony image on the front page yesterday for Girls vs. Boys article.
Oh, crud.
Wow. In case you guys didn't know, man, CNN, they're making strides. You thought they had
Boys.
fake news, now
Oh
they've
my
got pony
gosh.
news.
Yeah, that's.
I bet the whole article is just about like how
Talk about
weird
the
it is.
stereotype.
Yeah,
It's
stereotypes.
really talk about the stereotype.
All these good stuff.
I
Freaking.
I do actually have an opinion on the Canada thing though. Like,
Now go for it.
I think it's really annoying.
What is
But-
really annoying? Like, just it's really annoying in general. Just my opinion's really annoying, guys, and then that's it.
No, but seriously, like, because a lot of people like try and just inject themselves with as much pony as they can as soon as possible. I find it really annoying. I'm one of those guys who would just not look at a spoiler, watch the episode when it's meant to be aired, and so you just kind of get like a disjoint in the fandom with like
Yeah.
half the people who have seen the episode, half the people who haven't seen the episode, and then some people are just like, "Oh my god, the season finale or some shit, wasn't that amazing?" And it's like, no, fucking
Season
leave.
finale. I'm only on episode 4.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
It's so like annoying, and it makes it that much harder to avoid spoilers. You can't talk to your
Yeah.
friends about like the episodes as they air. Like, one of my funnest things to do is just go in VC and go in like hashtag MLP spoilers and just like talk about the new episode as it happens. Like, Fluttershy puts on a fucking emo cosplay. She puts on like a hipster cosplay. She says the word woke, and everyone just goes insane. And it's just like those experiences I really like every week. And then with these annoying, disjointed like episodes, like you just sort of like lose half the people because they've already seen it and they don't need to be there. You kind of lose that sense of community, I guess, that you get in like watching each new episode every Saturday at 11:30
Yeah.
Eastern time.
yeah.
For Krafty, that's a great talking point. However, we'll talk about it on the next one because that's going to be fucking impossible to like read over and talk about right now.
Yeah, and we're hitting 2 hours and 10 minutes, and no one's gonna listen to that. They'll just open the YouTube video and just.
You know, this is the kind of stuff you put up while you play a video game in the background.
Yeah.
This is the kind of stuff that you listen to like for verbal shit posting. If you ever want your like verbal shit posting quota, there you go.
This is the thing, you go into like a TF2 lobby and then just put your mic up to your speaker and hit play.
The game's displayed too. I usually play Madden when I listen to podcast. It's brain dead.
Gonna be honest, I don't even listen to podcasts. I just like talking.
Yeah, I like.
Wow.
I listened to the previous one like twice, just doing various shit to it, and I feel like I want to kill myself.
Dude.
I don't.
Oh my god, this is gonna be an editing nightmare.
An editing nightmare. No, it's not. We just don't edit, and people get to listen to everything bad.
Oh yeah, good point.
It's a good plan. People get to hear all the live reactions and like the shit that happens. It's more exciting that way when you realize that somebody joins in and randomly unmutes people like Ghost did last time.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think that like that's all I had to talk about. I mean, unless you have anything, NG.
Nah. I think that's about it. Do our new guests have anything they want to bring to the table?
Starlight is amazing.
That is amazing.
Equality
That
is
is
the way to go.
Caddy is best princess.
I wish America would leak the episode. Not America. I wish the United States would leak the episodes first as a screw you to Canada.
Leak 3 episodes at a time just
Yeah.
to like give one up them.
Look, I'm tired of all these other countries leaking this crud. Australia, Canada, all of them. They can go screw themselves. I want to leak the episodes first. Okay? I want some representation in this leaking business.
You want your country to be like ahead in its game with the local.
Just something like
Our country needs to be ahead.
the major leak that happened where the whole season got released early. That's
Yeah.
being pinned on a Russian, for God's sakes.
Those
It wasn't
damn
even-
Russians. There you go.
An American.
Goddamn Russians.
It's annoying. Like I know leaks are bad and all that, but like
I know leaks are bad, but also we need
someone
more.
from our country do something about it. Like, please, just one leak, just one freaking leak. That's all I ask for.
One day.
I had a question directed towards me. Alger asked me how much I like oranges. I like oranges a lot. I drink orange juice probably almost every day. I like oranges.
That's some good stuff. Like, does anyone else actually have any questions for two people we have here today, or me and Spone? Like, these are.
Nah, they don't have questions for us.
It's a good question. I mean, that's a.
How much do I like Lyra? I like Lyra a lot. I don't know if that's obvious or not. Probably.
What's your opinion on Black Sabbath, the song and the band? Do
What's your
either of you
opinion on
two
Black
have an
Sabbath?
opinion on that? I
Black
thought System of a
Sabbath is
Down
Sabbath is-
did Snowblind
You guys don't
better,
know Black Sabbath? What the hell?
and that's it. That's my only opinion. System of a Down did Snowblind better.
It's so
Um,
bad.
I actually have a question for Bunker.
Go for it.
By the way,
You're not a guest, Glim. Just you have to
Oh.
type it in #voice so then we can read it out.
right? Okay, hold on. Let me switch-
You're not a guest. You're not allowed to ask questions.
I'm just gonna take this in there. Real quick.
Several people are typing. My God, that's like a podcast first.
Can I talk to you after? Minecraft or Roblox?
So
I'm
you
more
can-
of a fan of Minecraft. Glim is more of a fan of
we can move to
Roblox.
general chat after a couple minutes.
Waiting through the community questions. Several people are typing.
Why do you hide in the bush? I thought that said, why do you hide your bush? And I thought that was going to
Why
be
do
an
you
extremely
hide what?
personal question.
Well, that's not the kind of question you'd be
obvious,
asking here.
but yeah, I don't know. I did this a couple weeks ago. Glim and I did this like thing where we made parodies of our favorite political figures,
Oh boy.
and it turned into kind of a massive show. So Glim and I decided to hide in the bush, and I liked how my profile picture turned out. So I'm just
Yo,
I'm
Bunker, you got
rolling
another
with it
question
for
as
now.
well.
The whole incident was just amazing. The entire server turning into political figures.
Jesus.
yeah, that was great.
I
Oh
missed
my
that.
God.
I wasn't there. I
Hey,
was at uni. I feel so
um,
depressed. Should I
Glim.
read out the question directed to Bunker, or do you want to take the honest Spoon?
Nah, I mean, I'll take it. Bunker, when you first joined the server, people thought that you were a raider from 4chan. I won't mention who because it's not obvious. What kept
It
you
is
coming
obvious.
back after being censored so heavily for the first couple of days?
Censored so heavily.
Yeah.
I
Dude, I was
don't know.
deleting your post like literally nonstop for a while.
Delete everything you say. We don't like you here.
And you were actually getting angry about it. Because you're just like, why can't I say this? And since then, like, you haven't cared. It's your whole vocabulary's changed. Your personality has become much softer. So I was just kind of curious, like, what kept you not quitting?
Oh Jesus, how do I answer this without?
He doesn't like you, is the answer.
Fuck it. You know what? I chilled here for a few days, and like, I just liked your personality and just the way you interacted with people, and I thought to myself, well, I kind of like to be more like that instead of being like the idiots on 4chan,
That's a good choice.
just being caustic all the time. And I just really appreciate how you take time for everybody, and you are just so nice to everyone. And
Right.
that's kind of what caused my personality to change.
That's like wholesome as fuck. Jesus, I did not expect that.
That's a really good answer, though. I appreciate that. You've been a great
I
addition.
appreciate
to the server,
you.
too. Oh, thank you.
You are a good boy.
Alright. I think that's a good. I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, this was a lot more. This was a lot nicer question time than the last podcast, where we just had one question, and that was a guy asking if it was like bad if the only thing he did in life was watch ponies. So
Whoa.
The answer was
No, that's
no, I
not a
think,
bad
but I
thing at
still
all.
say yes.
yeah, the
Ponies are
the
good.
answer was no. Exactly. The more ponies, the better.
You can
Take
sustain
questions,
yourself on ponies. Just
Don't
make your
know
OC a
nowadays.
changeling and you're good to go.
Yeah. You can be anything.
You can be
Could be
anything.
anything that you want it to be. So do we take more questions, or do we just call it here and say fuck you to everyone?
I mean, if anybody else has any, we can answer like more.
Alright, Platt, if you have a legit question, like,
Yeah, if there are
Type
legit
it out.
questions, we
If-
can answer
if-
some more.
if it's not a legit
More black
question,
man.
I'm just gonna say goodbye and click stop recording.
Flat
That's
asking
what we're doing.
legitimate questions.
Yeah, that's right. Screw your Black Sabbath.
That's a good joke.
You just
Just kidding, Platt. You're a good boy.
okay.
We
You,
already
you can
answered
type your
those
music
questions
question.
on.
Just throw it out.
I mean, Alger's asking like, why do we continue to watch the show? And it's just because like, we enjoy it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think the show
Character development, I like it.
it's just constantly been
Yeah.
rising in quality. Like season 2 was my favorite season, then season 4 was, and then season 5 was, and then season 7 was, and it just they keep stepping up their game.
It keeps getting better unless you joined at like season 1 and then you had to go through like the whirlwind of fucking 2 and then like down to 3 and then up to 4 and it's all over the place.
Yeah,
I bowed out at season 4, actually.
Yes.
That's where I kind of left.
You guys need to join these podcasts earlier. We already talked about Glimmer for like 30 minutes.
yeah, it was a pretty solid discussion. And I think we all agreed that she was like, I think all 4 of us unanimously agreed she was just a terrible character, and I think that's a great place.
We definitely agree
yeah.
that Glim is just a god awful character, ruins the show for everyone.
I
One day
actually
she'll be written
admitted
out.
this is an act and that I hate her. So I'm trying to make her fan base seem worse.
Trying to make your fan base seem worse. He's on the inside.
Doing a
Glim,
fantastic
it's not
job.
working.
What do you mean it's not working?
It's not working. You're making them look really good.
Hot!
You're making them look better. It's pretty hard to make them look worse. Come on.
I mean,
Let's be
from like
honest.
what I've interacted with Bunker so far, like I've actually learned to really hate Cadence. So like,
I've learned to
It's
really
possible.
hate Cadence just from talking to Bunker.
Oh,
um,
that's a controversial opinion.
what are your
well,
opinions on Equestria Girls? You're getting into like entire like 20-minute long discussions here.
Yeah, we talked about Equestria Girls a little bit last time.
We don't go to Equestria Girls.
We don't go to Equestria Girls.
We
At
don't
least not
go
in
to
this
Ravenhurst.
podcast.
Do
Not
I like
really.
Anon Philly? Yes, I do like Anon Philly.
I love Anon Philly.
What's too
But that's
I
also
do.
because
Everyone knows
I
it's 22.
like shit posts and kind of 4chan. I just don't engage in it.
I think it depends on how she's used. Some people use her really freaking awfully. Some people do pretty good. You never know.
Yep.
Well, the same could be
with
said
any
of
meme.
just like regular
Fly, fly.
Anon too.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think we're out.
Yeah, we've run dry. This is about as long as we can sustain it, people.
This is about as long as we can sustain because you know
Yeah.
people have lives, and also holy shit, how long have we been recording?
2 hours,
Alright,
20 minutes,
and-
and 42 seconds.
Fine.
All right, well that's the end of it.
This
Cut
is
the
a-
video right here.
Record.
No, we have to
for a
thank our
podcast.
guests.
So thank you.
No, you're not,
to,
Alger.
Thank you to Glim and Bunker for coming.
No
This week.
problem.
And
Yeah, thanks for showing up onto our podcast.